Hey there, Paul Wagler here for Rise Now and a 2 minute wake up call. Well, I wanted to share something with you about a lesson that I learned in life many years ago that has really helped me a lot. And it has to do with how we relate with each other, the words that we say when we're joking and kidding around and teasing each other, which we love to do. I love to be involved in that. But I realized quite a number of years ago that a lot of my relating in that way was not very helpful, and that in fact it was actually hurtful to other people. And what I found that was happening is that I would say something and I would realize, oh wow, that doesn't sound very nice. And then I would add on the end, oh, by the way, I'm only kidding, I'm only joking. And I left the people wondering, like, well, is he really only kidding or is he joking? And I realized in my own life, as people said those kinds of things to me and then said, oh, I'm only kidding, I'm only joking, I would be like, oh, that wasn't very nice. Were they really only kidding? And I realized as I began to look at my own heart, I thought, well, what happens is that these things, these ideas, these things that come out, they originate in our heart, and when they're actually verbalized and they are spoken in public, they sound awful, and was like, oh, I gotta say I'm only kidding because that sounds horrible. But yet with the only kidding, it didn't resolve it. It didn't take away the cutting and the hurt that had been caused. And so I began to realize I need to change how I relate. And there was a proverb that I discovered in that time that really helped me. And it was from Proverbs chapter 26, verses 18 and 19, which says this: like a madman shooting firebrands and arrows of death is the person who deceives his neighbor and then says, hey, I'm only joking, I'm just kidding. And I was like, wow, that is so practical. That is what a description. It's like taking coals of fire out of here and then throwing them around and then saying to people, oh, I'm just kidding. Well, the damage is done. And we don't want to relate that way. We want to relate in a way that is healthy and whole. And so how do we do that? Well, it starts by cleaning up our heart and having the right thoughts and attitudes there so that the words come out of our mouth, our words of blessing, words of life, words of encouragement, and they're not the kind of words that we're like, oh, that sounds awful, I better add, I'm only kidding on the end. And so let us commit to speaking words that are encouraging, words that are full of life, words that are a blessing. Yeah, we can still have fun and tease each other, but we can do it in ways that does not leave the other person wondering, wow, were they really kidding or were they serious that I really do have this problem or I really do bug them in that way? Well, let's commit to speaking words of life and being a blessing to others as we relate. Well, a few things for you to think about, and until we meet again, stay awake and stay alert.